What are the telltale signs of a poor presentation and how can you fix them? In this video, we're going to explore just that. The first telltale sign of a bad or poor presentation is simply trying to cover too much material. In fact, Professor Howard Gardner once said, "The greatest enemy of understanding is coverage." And what he meant by that is trying to cover too much will actually reduce people's learning, reduce their understanding, reduce their retention. So the simplest fix for this is to reduce the amount of material that you cover. That's step one. The next sign of a poor presentation is having too much detail. Now, details do matter, but if you overcomplicate things or if you don't find ways to reduce the complexity, it's hard for your audience to absorb. So again, reduce the number of points, but within each point, try to find ways to simplify, make your material more accessible. Another sign is that too often speakers confuse writing with speaking. Now, when you think about writing, a reader can read material, they can pause, they can reflect, they can reread parts. You can't do that with a speech. When someone is speaking, it's kind of a one-way track, a train moving down the line, and there's no way to stop it. So when you put your presentation together, remember this is not a written document. The other fix is to remember your handout. Your presentation, your speech is one thing, your handout is another. So reserve a lot of those details, additional information, more articles, cases, whatever it might be, and fill your handout with them that your audience can access later. But what you deliver to them, the live presentation, is a more focused, more streamlined, simplified delivery. Another sign of a poor presentation is simply talking too fast. This usually arises because of two things. One, lack of preparation, and two, trying to cover too much in a small amount of time. So the two quick fixes are prepare, 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 and number two, reduce what you talk about. That way you can slow down your delivery. You can spend more time on each point. Let the points resonate with your audience. It'll make a huge difference. And the last, most visible sign of a poor presentation is simply an uninterested audience. Now, if you look out over your audience and they have their heads buried in their phones, or they're reading the newspaper, or they have documents they're reviewing, you've either confused them, you've gone too quickly, you've shown how your material does not relate to them, something has gone wrong. So the quickest way to overcome this is simply to stop your presentation and have them discuss maybe what you just talked about. Or lastly, maybe give them a hypothetical case or a scenario that they can discuss in groups, and as they discuss it, they become active participants and get more involved in the presentation. But the key thing is, look for these telltale signs and find the right fix and be more engaging the next time you give a presentation.